Hello, YouTube. Pet CC, the late nightmare of Jamie. Oh, Jamie? Huh? Jimmy Fallon. The fuck can't read. Anyway.
There's an undeniable sincerity that emanates from Jimmy Fallon. He's not just a talk show host, he's a friend you've known for years, inviting you into his world with
I actually can't stand Jimmy Fallon.
Since
I can't lie.
His debut in 2009, Jimmy has almost unanimously been loved by fans and celebrities, but not anymore. The people closest to Jimmy, the ones he relies on the most, have come forward to reveal that his
He's not worse
actual
than James
character
Corden,
behind
though,
the
so.
scenes is the total opposite of lovable and genuine. Erratic behavior, outbursts, intimidation, avoid eye contact. Nobody told Jimmy
Ain't no way
no.
caviar costs
These
like $100.
quotes don't
That's what I'm
sound
saying.
the
Like, what?
unapologetically
What kind of
joyful
diet you trying to get
Tonight Show
into?
host we know, but these revelations might not be shocking to some. As many people have speculated, Jimmy's nice guy persona is entirely fake. More specifically, his fake laugh.
You can't Jimmy, here's... Oh my God.
Jimmy will laugh at just about everything, to the point where he sounds like a programmed laugh track being controlled by a producer backstage.
If you think about embarrassment, scale of 1 to 10,
Okay.
1 is just like being a person walking down the street, and 10 is, for me, co-hosting the Oscars with James Franco.
Why he
Without
just,
letting
wait.
Ann mention
why
why
she
this was
just did-
embarrassing,
Alright,
Jimmy just
never
bursts out into laughter when there was nothing funny about what she said.
And then he tries to connect my my right foot to my left arm, and he's trying to connect them like this, and I'm in such pain. I go like that.
Yeah.
And his belly goes in my mouth.
Even Ryan Gosling
Is that-
looked at Jimmy confused as to why he was laughing so hard. They both
Is that Harry from Spider-Man? Yeah, James Franco. Yeah.
play it off awkwardly because they quickly realize this is harmless and it only makes them look better or funnier. There's no point in calling him out, but Taylor Swift wasn't having it.
The VMAs.
But the thing is, he be like, like, why you doing that? R.I.P. my boy here. Oh wait, I forgot he died in that movie. Oh shit. Bro, okay, see, why did I just do that? See, no, because niggas gonna try to dick me because I just spoiled this shit. Shit came out in 2008. 2007. Okay, cool. Spider-Man 3 came out in 2007. If you haven't watched it by then, that's your problem, my nigga.
Coming up August 24th.
See, the thing is, I did it
I heard that.
because I hate spoiling this shit.
Will
You
be
know?
performing. Can you
Spoil my
confirm?
boy, the movie been out. I'm just saying, some niggas be like, bro, I was gonna watch that. Shut your bitch ass up. No, you was not. No, you were not. That's for the motherfuckers, you know? Well, I'm glad that you was born in 2009 and watched it 10 times. That shows your dedication. It's a great film. Well, Spider-Man 3 is actually the worst of the trilogy. But it's a good trilogy as a combination. Don't say that stupid ass Drake. You probably combinate. Shut your dumb ass up.
Or
My fault.
deny?
I gotta stop being hostile.
I mean, we've had a really good time today.
Taylor?
Hell no, super. I mean,
See where I'm
your
going
superhero,
with this is
Spider-Man being your
nobody
favorite
ever
superhero is not
listens to
bad.
me.
You know what I mean?
Finish a
God.
thought.
Oh my God.
So what I was saying is
You're not even
that
looking at me.
because I'm trying to think of what to say next.
If
Spider-Man-
he isn't
it's like
interrupting them with
Spider-Man,
laughter, he is interrupting them with other
Deadpool.
pointless talking. Taylor Swift's frustration was a little more obvious than David Spade's.
Carson wasn't even the first one, but I squeaked on.
You did stand up.
When I did, I'll tell the story. When
David just gave him a little jab, and Jimmy knew he was wrong for interrupting the comedian, so he tried to make Dave look like the bad guy and walk
was
off.
trying to
This wasn't the
pronounce
first time Jimmy
Spider-Man?
walked off set to avoid an awkward situation that he caused.
No, it's about how you can beat a human being down
Don't
to
tell anyone. It's okay. Let him
just see the movie.
or
Yeah,
not.
get it. Or not. You know what the movie's about, kind of, right? Yeah, so you don't need me. You don't need me.
No, do it. It was nice.
need
You were
me.
doing it.
No,
Do
no,
it. Do it.
no,
You
no,
should
no
do
one
it.
needs
No.
me. It's fine.
Okay.
Let's go.
No, come back. Come on, man.
This is a safe way to play off his awkward interruptions because no host would ever walk off their own show for a tiny error. Often it seems like Jimmy has nothing substantial to add to the conversation but feels the need to interrupt or explode with laughter. The internet has memed Jimmy's antics into oblivion. While some say he has a huge ego and wants more spotlight for himself, it seems like he does this to maintain control. He fears dead air, a boring story, or an unfunny joke, so he jabs his way into the conversations with quick jokes or laughs in an attempt to make sure the audience
Now will be me jumping to conclusion. Body language, the little hand thing. Gay? Now look! I made an assumption. Yes, I made an assumption. But look, he gay. But you can't confirm or deny that. I don't know his sexual orientation. That was just me throwing something out there. If it's true, let it stay. If it's not, then he not gay. What the fuck did I press?
Is engaged, but then it ends up doing the opposite. I mean, every time a guest is talking, he leans in, stares at them intensely, maybe reaches his arm out, and is waiting for a split second to interrupt to make sure you are entertained. The other thing that agitates people is how he showers every single guest with compliments. You're my favorite, we love you, it's my favorite movie, my favorite album, as if celebrities need any more ego stroking. Jimmy's defenders think all this controversy is ridiculous. Should he not laugh? Just sit there and be awkward? His show is supposed to be fun. He just wants his guests to be relaxed and confident in front of a live audience. This can definitely explain his overreactions to guests winning his minigames.
Sounds like a poodle. Yeah. A labradoodle.
Now, it seems ridiculous to nitpick this from Jimmy because
He
fake
looked like a
reactions
Laffy
have
Taffy.
been a crucial part of TV
Sorry,
and YouTube
shit.
forever. David Dobrik, KSI, and Joe Rogan have been large contributors to the fake laughter, fake reaction epidemic.
Okay, and if you think there is, it's very like, I know everything. I kind of do agree with a lot of what he says.
Jimmy is a people pleaser.
What the fuck? Is that Joe Rogan doing
I
that?
know everything. I kind of do agree with a lot of what he says.
Oh, it's a sound effect. He's actually making that noise. Shut the fuck up. You haven't heard David Dobrik name in a long time? Because that nigga not trying to sell. Bro, oh my God. Everybody that posted we're giving out a free Tesla on their story, you're a bitch. Now look, don't take that to heart. But you're a bitch. Why'd you post it? He's not giving you a car. Did he date Addison Rae? You too far gone, my nigga. I don't know.
Is a people pleaser and just wants to make everyone comfortable. Bless
I couldn't
his
even tell
heart.
you.
That laugh does the opposite to me. It feels like he's hiding something. And Jimmy may be hiding something. A lifetime of alcoholism. And the reason he began drinking may shock you. But first, a word from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy.
I fuck with you, Pat CC. Now look, boom. Y'all see the app name. Y'all see his code.
Code Patrick CC. Underdog is giving you a special free pick for Week 7 of the NFL season. All Dak Prescott has to do is have 1 yard to win. This is the easiest
But nobody
way to
get
make
no fuck
money
about
on
on Dak
Underdog, so
Prescott. He
sign
probably
up
gonna
with code
sell.
Patrick
Fuck Dak
CC
Prescott.
today to
Yeah.
take advantage and win some money. As a teenager, Jimmy was obsessed with Saturday
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Night Live. The program had been running for nearly 2 decades, and Jimmy was fully immersed, insisting on watching the program alone in pure silence because he hated unnecessary commentary from others. Although he could only see the clean parts his parents taped for him, Jimmy didn't miss a single sketch or punchline and remained devoted to learning as much as possible. Ironically, his parents didn't want him watching adult humor sketches, but they would let him drink alcohol while watching. As long as I wasn't doing anything at night, I'd just sit by myself and I would have a 6-pack of Pabst. I don't know if I made it all the way through the 6, but I just sit there and watch the show.
How does that even? What kind of parenting is that?
Reenacted sketches with friends before.
No, you can't watch this. This got curse words, but here's some drugs. What the fuck? I don't like being in an all-white school, but you're there to get your education, bro.
He discovered a talent for impressions, often
it's a sacrifice that's needed, buddy.
James Cagney and comedian Dana Carvey. I was one of those kids who, if I hung around another kid for an hour, I was that kid. Fallon said, it was weird. I'd come home and I'd
It'll be
do
more
this type of
diverse in
humor,
high school,
this
bro.
type of
Just give it 2 years.
mannerisms. And my mom would say, okay, Joey, you want dinner now? Because I'd be acting like Joey Gonzalez. From a young age, Jimmy was an imitator, instinctively copying and mimicking things that he thought were funny instead of having the drive to produce his own material, which was an early sign of being the perfect late-night television host. Through hours of meticulously studying various comedy and musical routines, Fallon continued working on his craft and
Two black
established himself
guys
as
in
a
my-
performer at Saugerties
Hey, man,
High
that's how
School,
it be
appearing
sometimes,
in
bruh.
most stage productions.
You gotta thug it out,
It was
bro.
a rush. I think it was the rush of getting a reaction. Maybe it's acceptance. Maybe it's a thing where you're pleasing somebody. I want to be friends with everybody. And if you make a joke and everyone laughs, you're like, that's it. I scored. That's what I thought.
If it's like
making
that
a
in high
friend
school,
was.
though,
You just feel like
you're
people
cooked.
liked you.
I feel like the only schools that's gonna have like 3 black people in a span of like 1,000 students has got to be like a school in Utah or some shit, or like Montana, Wyoming or some shit. Black people don't live there.
Maybe it was that. Acceptance. It seems like Jimmy.
Actually, I ain't gonna lie. Somebody. No, that nigga was from Nebraska. Never mind.
People pleaser mentality has been in full effect since his youth. His obsession with Saturday Night Live carried on throughout his time at
you stay in
St. Rose
Ohio.
College in New York.
Okay, that actually makes a little more
so that he
sense.
could watch SNL as it aired. Fallon lived for the weekends when he would regularly board buses from his aunt's
You might fuck
house
around
in
go
Fort
to an all-white
Hamilton
high school.
to perform stand-up comedy sets at Caroline's on Broadway and Times Square. On stage is where Jimmy felt most at home, and his urge to make audiences laugh couldn't be ignored as he dropped out of college in 1995 to move to Los Angeles, California to pursue comedy full-time. He secured a manager who got him very minor roles in comedy films like Father's Day and television sitcoms like Spin City, but it didn't matter because his dream wasn't to become an actor. Jimmy remained fixated
I'm trying
on
to go to
joining
Florida.
Saturday Night Live. After 2 years of working on his sketch comedy
Definitely gonna be
and
some
improv
diversity
skills
there.
with the Groundlings, he took a leap of faith and auditioned for SNL, but bombed. This career setback could have killed his dreams as a comedian altogether, but his obsession with SNL wouldn't let him give up. When he landed a small role on a Warner Brothers sitcom, Fallon negotiated a clause in his contract that would release him if he got on SNL.
I try hard
the
enough,
producers
I could really
agreed
convince my
only because
parents to
they
let
thought
me
it
and
would
my mom
never
go back to
happen.
Florida again.
This was my ultimate goal. If I ever cut into a birthday cake and made a
Shit.
wish, I would wish to be on SNL. If I threw a coin into a fountain, I would wish to be on SNL. If I saw a
This
shooting
nigga's an SNL dick rider. Damn. I mean, for real, to be honest with you probably gonna have to just lock in with your grades if you want to just go to wherever school you want to go to. Just be honest.
star, I would wish to be on SNL. It's crazy. I had no other plan. I didn't have friends. I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't have anything going on. I had my career. That was it.
Nigga,
SNL is notorious
loser.
for a difficult
No, I'm
audition
playing.
stage.
I'm playing.
The series creator, Lorne Michaels, almost never laughed during auditions.
Nigga has
and
no
it would take a
lips.
special talent to grab his attention. Fallon recalls 3 different people warning him about Lorne's lack of laughter, but he learned a lot from his first catastrophic performance. In his second audition, he would come prepared with nothing but himself and his impressions, something that he perfected over time. Jimmy marched on that stage, performing a celebrity walkathon with impressions of Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Bill Cosby, and Adam Sandler. To his surprise, Michaels and other executives could not stop laughing. I was in the room that day, says former SNL writer Tina Fey. He's one of 2 people I've ever seen who was completely ready to be on the show. Kristen Wiig is the other one. And Jimmy was ready like if there had been a show to do that night. Lorne Michaels informed Jimmy that his dreams were now a reality. He was going to be a cast member of Saturday Night Live. All Jimmy could do was look at Michaels and tell him, "I'm going to make you proud." He debuted beside the cast of SNL as a featured player during its 24th season in September 1998. Fallon established himself as a household name overnight, becoming known for his spot-on impressions of various celebrities and public figures. While he was living out his dream, Jimmy was also developing a scary addiction that would come back to haunt him decades later. During their time at SNL, Fallon and cast member Horatio Sanz often drank together. Sanz has described himself and
alcoholism
Fallon as super-functioning alcoholics and stated that kind of goes hand in hand with SNL. Some kind of substance abuse issues because it's so stressful you could easily find yourself blowing off steam a lot. Sanz recounted how he and Fallon got in a couple of brawls. "I've seen Jimmy clock a few people," he said. "Jimmy could fight. I don't know where he learned, but he definitely scrapped with the best of them."
Jimmy Fallon could throw hands? Never would have guessed
His
that.
health to cope is potential foreshadowing for the work environment he would create on his own show. He always planned to leave Saturday Night Live after 3 seasons. However, Lorne Michaels offered him a role on Weekend Update with Tina Fey, which is essentially the comedic news section that SNL covers every week. Unfortunately, Jimmy also developed a negative reputation on SNL as somebody who can't hold in his laughter. At first, it was an innocent mistake that began in the famous More Cowbell sketch, when Will Ferrell wore a tight shirt that caused Fallon to break character. Every cast member was laughing during this skit because, well, it was hilarious. But that moment opened a revolving door of cast members intentionally trying to get Jimmy to break character, and he did break character. A lot. Interrupting the punchlines and comedic timing by laughing and giggling. While some thought it was hilarious, others found it insensitive and believed he was attempting to steal their spotlight and make the sketches about himself. Lauren didn't like it. The writers didn't like it. I'm not trying to do it on purpose.
These niggas were setting him up for failure.
It just got insane. I couldn't hold it in. It was just so much fun. SNL has always tried to maintain the best of the best when it comes to comedic talent. Comedians laughing at their own jokes can sometimes be seen as unprofessional. In 2004, Jimmy decided to leave SNL and move into traditional acting. He signed a 2-movie deal with 20th Century Fox with the hopes of becoming a prominent star in the industry. The first was a lead role in the 2004 action comedy
What the
Taxi,
fuck?
alongside...
What is this combination of actors? Queen Latifah with Jimmy Fallon? Huh? That's a thing?
Then
I've
rapper
never heard
turned
of this.
actor Queen Latifah. The other was the 2005 romantic comedy Fever Pitch, alongside Drew Barrymore. Both films received mixed reviews and had decent box office performance.
It's a
but
good
were not
movie?
The first impression Jimmy
That's
Fallon
crazy.
wanted. With back-to-back disappointments, film offers rapidly decreased as studio executives grew hesitant to feature Fallon in future projects. He experienced what he has deemed a lost period, characterized by a larger than usual alcohol consumption and uncertainty about his future career choices. I was probably drinking more than I should have been drinking, he confessed. It wasn't like sitting and watching old tapes of me on SNL with the screen flickering in front of me. I was like, I can't figure out what I want to do. Fortunately for
So you're
Fallon,
drinking
the
alcohol.
man who gave him his dream job at SNL was about to save him once again, as the host of Late Night had an opening in 2009 after Conan O'Brien was transitioning to The Tonight Show. But Jimmy didn't make the best first impression. Many quickly realized that Jimmy wasn't edgy or dark enough for late night comedy. GQ claimed Jimmy was too cute for late night audiences used to hanging out with the snarky, cool crowd, suggesting he was too corny. Yeah, the cool crowd was always beyond my grasp.
I mean,
he
we
admitted.
niggas already
Late
know
Night with
that.
Jimmy Fallon premiered on NBC in early March 2009. The series immediately outperformed CBS's The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson by 500,000 viewers.
How many fucking
Fallon
late
also
shows
garnered
are there?
more
Damn.
viewers
And
than
when
his predecessor,
if they all at the
Conan
all
O'Brien.
late
with
shows,
Jimmy
what time
Fallon
do they
was
come
one of the
on?
first late night talk shows to embrace social media and use it as an integral part of the show's engagement with its audience. Jimmy was able to connect with the youth who weren't watching TV at midnight in 2012 by regular uploads to YouTube, particularly comedic sketches and challenges with their favorite celebrities.
I got these tickets to the One Direction concert.
Ew, I love One Direction. Do you have an extra ticket?
Yeah.
Many of these videos amassed millions of views, but it was nothing compared to the dominance he would have on The Tonight Show. In early 2014, Jimmy Fallon transitioned to NBC's The Tonight Show, where he had big shoes to fill. From Steve Allen to Jack Parr to the iconic Johnny Carson, who stamped the show's legacy for 30 years, then Jay Leno and Conan O'Brien, it was now Jimmy's job to lead the most popular late night show of all time. He debuted to a staggering 11.3 million viewers, and despite all the alleged fake laughing, overreactions, interruptions, and being too corny, he dominated late night television. The show averaged 3 to 4 million live concurrent viewers throughout the years, but also embraced social media with their YouTube channel that has amassed 30 million
And I can't stand a nigga fake laughing in my shit too. I'll be like, bro, shut your... Like, I'm not telling more jokes, bro. Stop talking to me, bro.
subscribers, with multiple
Sitting there.
videos and the hundreds of millions of views. A lot of Jimmy's segments mimic the format of YouTube challenges. Many of you have never even watched Late Night, but have seen tons of The Tonight Show's YouTube segments, such as Lip Sync Battle, Musical Impressions, and Egg Russian Roulette, where he and his guests would engage in playful competitions, resulting in funny and often viral moments. His comedic sketches and style often mimicked SNL because of his obsession and Lorne Michaels' production. Jimmy is like the personification of a golden retriever, and America loved him. And although the late night host is a high profile and often rewarding role, the pressure can be severe. Late night hosts are expected to be funny and entertaining every night. The constant pressure to deliver humor can be mentally and emotionally taxing. Late night hosts must stay up to date with current events and pop culture trends to keep their material relevant, which requires continuous research and adaptability.
I'm about to say, that's the nigga
aspect of
from
balancing
Nintendo, right?
multiple roles can also be demanding, as late night hosts are not just comedians, they are also producers, writers, and often performers in various sketches and segments. Coming up with fresh and original content night after night can be creatively exhausting, as hosts must continually innovate to keep their shows interesting. Meanwhile, late night shows are often live or recorded in front of a live audience. This leaves little room for mistakes, and hosts must be prepared to handle unexpected situations. Therefore, late night hosts are very much reliant on their staff to help with research, writing jokes and sketches, making sure there are as little errors as possible. These writers and employees are Jimmy's lifeline. There is no show without them, and he made a crucial error on May 1st, 2023.
I wouldn't have a show if it wasn't for my writers, and I support them all the way. They got to have a fair contract, and they got a lot of stuff to iron out, and hopefully they get it done.
If there is a strike, do you go dark?
If there's a strike, yeah, I think we will. Yeah, I think we'll go dark. Whatever I can do to support the guild. I am actually in the Writers Guild as well, so yeah, I couldn't do the show without them, and I support my whole staff.
Although Jimmy says he will support his writers no matter what, his staff says otherwise. As one of his employees took to Twitter to write, he wasn't even at the meeting this morning to tell us we won't get paid after this week. Jimmy Fallon, please support your staff. Had fun bowling with you last week, but a party won't pay my rent. I'm sure many of you have heard about the 5-month-long writer's
Fuck your rent. like, respectfully though, like I understand that kind of sounded crazy. I don't apologize. But look, I'm saying it from like the Jimmy Fallon perspective, like nigga on Twitter talking crazy, man. Like sometimes I just be one celebrities just to be a nigga for a moment. Just for a moment. Like I know they probably get ran into the ground and some shit. But imagine if Jimmy under that like the quote tweeted her shit and said, fuck your rent. Like, could you imagine that? That shit would be fucking hilarious. He probably lose his career, but shit, still.
That just ended, and the reason for the strike is quite simple. The Writers Guild of America is the joint efforts of 2 different American labor unions representing thousands of writers in film, television, radio, and online media. Writers are the backbone of Jimmy Fallon and all of Hollywood's content. Without them, there are no jokes, no scripts, no stories, nothing. Yet somehow, they are the least compensated, with most of them earning below the poverty line in salary. Writers make a bulk of their earnings through residuals, which is a percentage that gets paid out to them every time a movie or show is streamed or syndicated in the future. But Hollywood executives restructured the industry during the streaming era, so these writers get basically nothing after the content is uploaded. And the studios are profiting tens of billions, while the people who are actually creating the ideas from scratch are on food stamps. So Jimmy saying he supports his staff no matter what, but not increasing their salaries to a livable wage, had them pretty pissed off, which led to a Rolling Stone article that contacted over 50 Tonight Show employees revealing what Jimmy is really like behind the scenes.
Damn.
Although many praised Fallon for his immense talent and comedic gifts, nobody spoke on record or had positive things to say about working on The Tonight Show. Interestingly enough, 3 employees who originally worked on Late Night claim a dramatic and ugly shift in working environment occurred once they transitioned to The Tonight Show. People that worked under them felt this pressure that if you made one mistake, you were gone and would be easily replaced. From 2014 to 2022, there were 9 different showrunners.
Damn.
This constant change in leadership gradually created a chaotic atmosphere among staffers who expressed their loss in faith in senior leadership. Nobody told Jimmy no. Everybody walked on eggshells, especially showrunners. Another former employee says, "You never know what Jimmy you were going to get, and when he was going to throw a hissy fit." They described Jimmy's temperament, mood, and treatment of staffers as erratic. They suggested Jimmy Fallon was unpredictable, having witnessed him snap at crew members over the smallest things. They also claimed Fallon occasionally berated and belittled staffers out of frustration. 3 former employees said that he berated them in front of other colleagues and crew members. It was like, if Jimmy's in a bad mood, everyone's day is fucked. When something was wrong, we all knew how to behave afterwards, which was just sort of avoid eye contact and don't make another mistake. The article then dives into Jimmy's SNL skit in 2000 where he did an impression of Chris Rock while doing blackface. Jimmy apologized for this skit that resurfaced in 2020, and the article followed up this information with an employee alleging that the staff tried to sweep this controversy under the rug. A black employee claims that showrunner Granite Benderman kept asking them, "What is going on with your hair?" trying to paint the picture of a racist environment behind the scenes at The Tonight Show. Employees claim that they experienced deteriorating health effects due to the environment, hair thinning, extreme weight loss. Mentally, I was in the lowest place of my life. I didn't want to live anymore. One longtime employee says they never reported their issues to HR because early on in their tenure at the show, they saw colleagues of theirs attempt to speak to human resources representatives and subsequently got fired from the show. They don't protect us, the former staffer says. They don't do anything for us. Many of you watching have probably worked in a toxic environment and have experienced similar ramifications as these employees alleged.
Hell
so
no.
you can easily see this being a reality for Jimmy's show. Others speculate.
Let a nigga tell me I can't, you know what I mean, Fuck out my face. I quit, bitch.
That this is nothing more than a hit piece. Many think that Jimmy's short temper, erratic behavior, and need for nothing less than perfection is standard for someone putting on a show for millions and millions of people. They think most of the worst allegations are against the showrunners, and Jimmy has to take the blame since he is the boss. Most people wonder why someone wouldn't just get a new job if it was so bad. Then again, Jimmy did come from SNL, which was one of the most high-stress work environments that led to multiple employees suffering from substance abuse issues. So it's not that hard to believe that he could have created a similar environment thinking it's just show business. However, after Rolling Stone published the article, Fallon apologized to staff members in a Zoom call. "It's embarrassing, and I feel so bad," Fallon said, according to 2 people who were on the call. "Sorry if I embarrassed you and your family and friends. I feel so bad, I can't even tell you." We don't have the full apology, so we don't know if Jimmy is accepting blame for all of these allegations, for just a few, or if he is just following the command of his PR team to avoid the same outcome as Ellen.
That's exactly probably what it, this nigga ain't trying to go out like Ellen. That nigga still trying to make his, you know what I mean? They got Ellen gone. Her last episode was a long time ago. I'm glad I don't see her dumb ass on my screen no more.